ለው እንደምን አላችሁ የአህቲው ቤተሰቦች ዛሬ ስለ ኦክሳይድስ እናያለን። ባለፈው ቪዲዮ ላይ እንዳያችሁት የ10ኛ ክፍል ኬሚስትሪ ሳም ኢምፖርታንት ኮምፓውንድስ ኢንኦርጋኒክ ኮምፓውንድስ የሚለው ላይ ኦክሳይድስ፣ አሲድስ፣ ቤዝስ፣ ሶልትስ ብለን አይተናል። ደን እዛ ላይ ክፍልፍሉንም ለማየት ሞክረናል። ሶ አሁን ዛሬ ኦክሳይድስ ምንድናቸው፣ ለስንት ይከፈላሉ የሚለውን እናያለን። Primarily, oxides are binary compounds that contain oxygen. ስለዚህ oxides ምንድን ናቸው? They are binary compounds. Binary means containing two. So oxides contain oxygen and some other element. Okay, oxygen እና ሌላ ኤሌመንት ይይዛሉ። ኦክሲጅን እና ሜታሎችን ይይዛሉ። ኦክሲጅን እና ነን ሜታሎችን ይይዛሉ. So that they are binary compounds. እዚህ መሳሳት የሌለብን ምንድነው? ኦክሲጅን is the common element that is found in every oxide. ሁሉም ኦክሳይዶች ውስጥ ኦክሲጅን አለ። ኦኬ any element react with oxygen to form oxide. So classes of or classification of oxides በስንት ይከፈላሉ? በአምስት ይከፈላሉ። ኦኬ acidic oxides, basic oxides, amphoteric oxides, neutral oxides and peroxides are parts of oxides. ስለዚህ አምስት ክላስ አለን ማለት ነው። we do have 5 classes of oxides. So የመጀመሪያው acidic oxide ነው. Acidic oxides form by the reaction of oxygen with non-metals. Okay, here we said the common element is oxygen. Okay, oxygen react with non-metals to form acidic oxides. But እዚህ ጋር ችግሩ እዚህ ጋር ምንድነው? Okay, any non-metallic element, okay, react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides. Okay, so that acidic oxides are non-metallic oxides. Okay, here we have carbon dioxide, which is formed by the reaction of carbon and oxygen, nitrogen dioxide, okay, nitrogen and oxygen, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. እነዚህ ምንድን ናቸው? acidic oxides ናቸው። መጠንቀቅ ያለብን እዚህ here oxygen react with non-metals to form acidic oxides or non-metallic oxides አልን አይደል? ነገር ግን መጠንቀቅ ያለብን all here but all non-metallic oxides are not acidic oxides. There are some non-metallic oxides which are not acidic in nature. Okay, which are not in acidic nature. ለምሳሌ look, this carbon monoxide is not acidic, this dinitrogen monoxide is not acidic, water is not acidic, but all are what? Non-metallic oxides. እነዚህ በሙሉ non-metallic oxides ናቸው ግን they are not acidic. Okay, some are neutral, okay, some are not acidic. So acidic oxides are acid anhydrides. Anhydride means something without water. Okay, ያለ ውሃ ማለት ነው። Acidic oxides are acid anhydrides means they are without water. They are acids without water. So እንዴት አድርገው ነው አሲድ ፎርም የሚያደርጉት? Acidic oxides form acid when they dissolve in water. They were what? Dry acids. Acid anhydride ማለት dry acid ማለት ነው። acid without water ማለት ነው። So ይሄ dry acid ውሃ ውስጥ ሲገባ it dissolve in water to form acid. Okay, to form acid. So እንደዚህ ካልን what are the chemical properties of acidic oxides or acid anhydrides? Now acidic oxides or acid anhydrides react with water to form acid. Okay, simple example ልንገራችሁ ለዚህ simple example ለምሳሌ አየር ላይ there is a carbon dioxide አይደል? carbon dioxide or sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide. ስለዚህ አየር ላይ ያለው sulfur dioxide, okay, አየር ላይ ያለው sulfur dioxide, okay, may react with water which is from the rain, okay, rain water to form let's say to form sulfurous acid. Okay, not sulfuric, sulfurous acid. ይሄ ብዙ ጊዜ ኢንዱስትሪ በበዛበት አካባቢ ወደ ላይ የሚወጣው ኤግዞስት ጋስ ወይ ዌስት ጋስ ከሬን ከሚመጣው ውሃ ጋር ሪአክት ያደርግና ይሄን አሲድ ፎርም ያደርጋል። Again, carbon dioxide also react with water to form carbonic acid. ስለዚህ አሲድ ኦክሳይድ አሲድ አንሃይድራይድ ነው ካልን okay, acid anhydride ነው ካልን it reacts with water to form acid. Again, the other property of acidic oxides or acid anhydrides, the other property of acid anhydrides is their reaction with basic oxides to form salt. Okay, acid anhydrides ከቤዚክ ኦክሳይድስ ጋር ሪአክት አድርገው they may form salt። ለምሳሌ if we have carbon dioxide which is acid anhydride, it may react with calcium, let's say carbon dioxide or calcium oxide to form calcium carbonate. Okay, they form what? They form a salt. Okay, acid anhydrides or acidic oxides react with basic oxides to form a salt. Again, acidic oxides, ሌላው ፕሮፐርቲያቸው እነዚህ ሶስት ፕሮፐርቲዎች ናቸው ኬሚካል። acidic oxides react with base to form salt and water. ለምሳሌ if we have let's say if we have any acid anhydride like carbon dioxide, and if we have a base like sodium hydroxide, they form sodium carbonate. Okay, sodium carbonate and water. አሁን እዚህ ጋር ምንድነው እየሆነ ያለው? Okay, here this is a dry acid, isn't it? Acid anhydride, and this is a base. Here we have no acid or base. Okay, the other side, the reaction, here we have a neutral oxide, here we have a salt. ስለዚህ the reaction between acidic matter and basic matter is to form salt and water is said to be neutralization reaction. ይሄ reaction ምንድነው የሚባለው? Neutralization reaction. Acid plus base to form salt and water. During neutralization reaction ምንድነው የሚፈጠረው? The acidic property of the acid is destroyed and the basic property of the base is destroyed. Okay, so that a neutral matter produced. So acidic oxides undergo neutralization reaction by reacting with a base to form salt and water. ይሄን ካለን ስለ acidic oxides ቀጣዩ ኦክሳይድ ማለት ነው? It's basic oxide። ሁላችሁም እንደምታውቁት basic oxides are formed by the reaction of metals with oxygen. Metal react with oxygen to form what? Metallic oxides. Thus metallic oxides ምን ይባላሉ? Basic oxides. Okay, but አሁንም ልክ እንደ acidic oxides, but all metallic oxides are not necessarily basic oxides. ለምሳሌ here we have aluminium oxide. This is Al2O3 aluminium oxide, zinc oxide. Okay, እነዚህ aluminium oxide እና zinc oxide, they are not basic oxides, they are amphoteric oxides. Okay, they are amphoteric oxides. ስለዚህ ሁሉም ሜታሊክ ኦክሳይድስ ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድስ ናቸው የሚለው ሐሳብ ትክክል አይደለም፣ ስህተት ነው ማለት ነው። Now oxides of metals that dissolve in water to form a base or alkali solution are called base anhydrides. They are called base without water. ውሃ ውስጥ ሟምተው ቤዝ የሚሰጡን ወይም ውሃ ውስጥ ማምተው አልካሊ ሶሉሽን ቤዚክ ሶሉሽን ማለት ነው። ቤዚክ ሶሉሽን የሚሰጡን ሜታሊክ ኦክሳይድስ ኦክሳይድስ ኦፍ ሜታልስ አር ኮልድ ቤዝ አንሃይድራይድስ። ግን እዚህም ጋር አሁን አዲስ ነገር አለ። there are metallic oxides with basic properties. እነዚህ ቤዝ አንሃይድራይድስ they are base without water or they are dry bases. There are metallic oxides with basic properties but do not dissolve in water. Okay, but do not dissolve in water. ውሃ ውስጥ የማይሟሙ ቤዚክ ፕሮፐርቲስ ያሏቸው ሜታሊክ ኦክሳይድስ አሉ። Okay, metallic oxides አሉ። There are metallic oxides with basic properties but do not dissolve in water. ውሃ ውስጥ አይሟሙ. So that they are not able to form a base or they are not able to form alkali solutions. So basic propertyያቸውን እንዴት እናያለን? ቤዚክ ፕሮፐርቲያቸው የምናየው በምንድን ነው? Look, these oxides react with acids to give salt and water. ውሃ ውስጥ አይሟሙም, but they react with what? They undergo neutralization reaction. They react with acids to give salt and water so that metallic oxide ሆኖ ውሃ ውስጥ ካልሟሟ ውሃ ውስጥ ስላልሟሟ ብቻ ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድ ነው ማለት አይቻልም። ኦኬ፣ ይሄ ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን ካደረገ it's a basic oxide or it's a base anhydride. Okay, sorry, it's a basic oxides. ውሃ ውስጥ ዲዞልቭ የሚያደርጉት they are said to be dry bases. እነዚህኛዎቹ ውሃ ውስጥ ዲዞልቭ ባያደርጉም ቤዝ አንሃይድራይድ ባይሆኑም they are basic oxides because they undergo neutralization reaction. So እዚህ ለምሳሌ እንደምናያቸው ኦክሳይድስ ኦፍ ግሩፕ 1A ኦክሳይድስ ኦፍ ግሩፕ 1A ላይክ ሊቲየም ሶዲየም ያሉ ሄቪየር ሜምበርስ ኦፍ ግሩፕ 2A ኦኬ በነ ማግኔዚየም ግሩፕ ሆኖ ታችኛው ጋር ያሉት ዲዞልቭ ኢን ዋተር ቱ ፎርም ኤ ቤዝ። ስለዚህ እነዚህ ምንድን ናቸው? አልካሊስ ናቸው። ኦኬ አልካሊስ ናቸው። ኦክሳይድስ ኦፍ ግሩፕ 1A ኦክሳይድስ ኦፍ ግሩፕ 1A የምንላቸው ግሩፕ 1A ለምሳሌ ሶዲየም ኦክሳይድ ኦኬ ሊቲየም ኦክሳይድ እነዚህ ዲዞልቭ ኢን ዋተር። እንደገና ሄቪየር ሜምበርስ ወደ ታች ያሉት በማግኔዚየም ግሩፕ ያሉት they dissolve in water to form what? To form a base. So that oxides of group 1A and heavier members of group 2A are what? Base anhydrides. Okay, base anhydrides. They are bases without water. So chemical properties of basic oxides. Chemical property now basic oxides react with water to form a base or alkalis. Water solution of a base, okay, is called alkalis. So for instance, magnesium react with water to form magnesium hydroxide, okay, magnesium hydroxide. Again, basic oxides react with acidic oxides to form salt. Basic oxides react with acidic oxide. This calcium oxide is a basic oxide, metallic oxide. It reacts with the acid anhydride or carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate, which is chalk, lime, okay. እንደገና ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድ ሶስተኛው ፕሮፐርቲያቸው ሪአክት ዊዝ አሲድስ ቱ ፎርም ሶልት ኤንድ ዋተር። ይሄ ቅድም ያልኳችሁ ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን ያልኳችሁ። ፎር ኢንስታንስ ኮፐር ኦክሳይድ ኩፕሪክ ኦክሳይድ እንለዋለን ሪአክት ዊዝ the strong acid sulfuric acid to form copper sulfate and water, not hydrogen. Copper sulfate and water. እዚህ ጋር ቅድም እንዳልኳችሁ ምንድነው the basic property of this is destroyed by the acidic property of this, and the acidic property of the acid is destroyed by the basic property of this, so that a neutral matter happens. So a reaction ምን ይባላል ብያችኋለሁ? This is called neutralization. Okay, neutralization reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction. This is a reaction between acidic material and basic material to form salt and water. Okay, to form a salt and water. So the basic oxides እንደዚህ ይሄን ያህል ካልን let's see the third part. ሶስተኛውን እናያቸው። amphoteric oxides ይባላሉ። Okay, amphoteric oxides example zinc oxide, lead oxide, lead dioxide, tin oxide, tin dioxide and aluminum oxides. እነዚህ ምንድን ናቸው? These are oxides that exhibit or that shows the properties of both acidic oxides and basic oxides. የሁለቱን ፕሮፐርቲ አሲዲክም ቤዚክም ኦክሳይዶችን ፕሮፐርቲ የሚያሳዩ ኦክሳይዶች ናቸው። ናው እንዴት ያሳያሉ ብለን ካልን look the first point. ይሄኛውን ፖይንት ተመልኩት። in the reaction with acids they behave or they act as a base. Okay, a base. Something that react with acid to form salt and water is what? To form salt and water is a base, አይደል? Look, ይሄ አሁን amphoteric oxide when it react with acid to form salt and water, ይሄ amphoteric oxide እንደምን behave እያደረገ ነው? እንደ base behave እያደረገ ነው or እንደ basic oxide behave እያደረገ ነው። Look, aluminum oxide solid react with 6 moles of hydrochloric acid in aqueous form to form 2 moles of aluminum chloride and water. Neutralization reaction አካሄደ ማለት ከዚህ አሲድ ጋር ይሄ ነገር ሪአክት አድርጎ ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን አካሄደ። ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን ከዚህ ከአሲድ ጋር ካካሄደ ይሄ አይደር ቤዝ ነው ወይ ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድ ነው ማለት ነው። ኦኬ፣ ስለዚህ ይሄ አምፎተሪክ ኦክሳይድ ኦኬ፣ ይሄ አምፎተሪክ ኦክሳይድ ነው ብለን የተነሳ ነው። ስለዚህ ከዚህ ጋር ሪአክት አደረገ ኢትስ አክቲንግ አስ ዋት አስ ኤ ቤዝ እዚህ ጋር ኦኬ። amphoteric oxides behave as both acids and bases. In their reaction with acids, they behave or act as a base. This guy, in their reaction with a base, they behave or act as an acid. Amphoteric oxides react with a base to form salt and water. ይሄ ማቴሪያል ከቤዝ ጋር ሪአክት አድርጎ ሶልት እና ወተር ከሰጠን ሚኒንግ ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን ካካሄደ ይሄ ማቴሪያል ምንድን ነው ማለት ነው? ኢትስ አሲድ ኢን ፕሮፐርቲ። ኦኬ ኢትስ አሲድ ኢን ፕሮፐርቲ። እዚህ ጋር እንደ ቤዝ አክቶ አድርጓል፣ እዚህ ጋር እንደ አሲድ አድርጓል። ኢን ደ ሴም ማነር ሉክ aluminum oxide reacts with 2 molecules of or 2 moles of sodium hydroxide in aqueous form to form 2 moles of sodium aluminate and water. Sodium aluminate and water. ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር it's acting as what? It's acting as an acid. Look, ይሄ ቤዝ ስለሆነ this is acting as an acid. Okay? ይሄ እዚህ ጋር አሲድ ስለሆነ this is acting as a base. Okay? Acting as a base. ስለዚህ depending on the situation, amphoteric oxides act as an acid or a base. እዚህ ጋር ለመጠቅለል ያህል እስካሁን ባየናቸው አሲዲክ ኦክሳይድም ጋር ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድም ጋር አምፎተሪክ ኦክሳይድም ጋር ሶስቱም ጋር ምን አይተናል? we see that they form a salt. ኒውትራላይዜሽን ሪአክሽን ያካሂዳሉ፣ ሶልት ፎርም ያደርጋሉ። ስለዚህ እነዚህ ሶስት ኦክሳይዶች አሲዲክ ኦክሳይድስ፣ ቤዚክ ኦክሳይድስ and amphoteric oxides salt forming oxides ይባላሉ። they are called salt forming oxides. okay, here we have the fourth part, አራተኛው neutral oxide like water, carbon monoxide, dinitrogen monoxide and nitrogen monoxide. ከስማቸው ማየት እንደምንችለው they are neutral። ምን ማለት ነው? they are neither acid nor base or they do የቤዝም የአሲድን ፕሮፐርቲ የላቸውም ማለት ነው። okay, so እነዚህ neutral oxides do not react with acids and do not react with bases. They are neither acidic nor basic. As a result, no acidity is seen, no basicity is seen, no basic property, no acidic property is seen. They do not form a salt. They do not form a salt. Salt forming ያልናቸው እንደማን ናቸው? Salt forming ያልናቸው እነዚህ they do not form a salt. Okay? Now acidic oxides, okay, oxides, basic oxides and amphoteric oxides. Okay, amphoteric oxides, እነዚህ they are called salt forming oxides. Okay, salt forming oxides. What about neutral oxides? They are not salt forming. Salt form አያደርጉም። እነዚህ salt form አያደርጉም። okay, so አምስተኛው የኦክሳይድ አይነት ፐሮክሳይድ ነው። ፐሮክሳይድ ኤግዛምፕሎች አሉ። ሶዲየም ፐሮክሳይድ፣ ሃይድሮጅን ፐሮክሳይድ፣ ካልሲየም ፐሮክሳይድ፣ ባሪየም ፐሮክሳይድ፣ ስትሮንቲየም ፐሮክሳይድ፣ እነዚህ ሁሉ ፐሮክሳይዶች ናቸው። ሶ እነዚህ ፐሮክሳይድስ አር ኦክሳይድስ wherein the oxidation number of oxygen is -1. ትልቁ ፖይንት ነው። the oxidation number of oxygen is -1. በሌሎች ኦክሳይዶች በአሲዲክ ኦክሳይድስ፣ በኒውትራል ኦክሳይድስ፣ በቤዚክ ኦክሳይድስ እና በአምፎተሪክ ኦክሳይድስ የኦክሲጅን ኦክሲዴሽን ነምበር it's -2. ፐሮክሳይድ ላይ ግን ኦክሲዴሽን ነምበሩ -1 ነው። now here in peroxide oxygen atoms linked to each other. okay, oxygen bonded, okay, linked to each other and with atoms of other elements. ኦክሲጅኑ ከራሱ ጋር ሊንክ ያደርጋል፣ ከሌሎች አተሞች ጋር ሊንክ ያደርጋል። in the other oxides oxygen directly linked to atoms of other elements. Oxygen directly linked to atoms of other elements. ሌሎቹ ኦክሳይዶች ላይ ኦክሲጅን ዳይሬክትሊ ከሌሎች ኤሌመንት አተሞች ጋር ነው ዳይሬክትሊ ሊንክ የሚያደርገው። ኢን ፐሮክሳይድ ከራሱም ጋር ሊንክ ያደርጋል፣ ከሌሎችም ጋር ያደርጋል። the peroxide contains the peroxy link. አንዳንዴ ፐሮክሳይድ ሊንክ ይሉታል። the peroxy link, which is this is the peroxy link, oxygen bond oxygen, and here we have the link, the other bond. So most peroxides of metals are formed by burning the metal in sufficient amount of oxygen. excess oxygen ያለበት በቂ ኦክሲጅን ያለበት ኦፕን ኤር ላይ ሊሆን ይችላል ኦር በሲሊንደር እየተጨመረ ሊሆን ይችላል። ሶ እዛ ላይ ሜታሎች በርን ሲያደርጉ they form let's say peroxides of metals. ለምሳሌ here we have solid sodium, 2 molecules of solid sodium react with 1 molecule or 1 mole of let's say oxygen to form the solid sodium peroxide. Again, calcium solid react with oxygen gas to form calcium peroxide. ስለዚህ burning the metals insufficient oxygen may give or may form peroxide. So chemical property ያቸው ምንድነው እነዚህ peroxides? Okay, they are powerful oxidizing agents, which means they react with different substances by losing oxygen. እነዚህ ኦክሲጅን ሉዝ ሲያደርጉ እነሱ reduced ይሆኑና ያንን ኦክሲዳይዝ ያደርጋሉ ማለት ነው። Like lead react with hydrogen peroxide to form lead sulfate and water. Lead አይደለም, lead sulfide solid react with hydrogen peroxide to form lead sulfate and water liquid. Okay, oxidized ሆነ ማለት ነው። ኦክሲጅን እነዚህ ይሄኛው ኦክሲጅን የመልቀቅ ይኸው እዚህ ወተር አለን፣ ሁለት ነበር ኦክሲጅኑ አንዱን ለቀቀ። Okay, to form the sulfate. And oxides react with aqueous acids to form hydrogen peroxides. Okay, which oxides? Peroxides. This is peroxides. Okay, peroxides react with as aqueous acids to form hydrogen peroxide. Here we have sodium peroxide. Peroxide. It reacts with 2 moles of hydrogen hydrochloric acid aqueous to form sodium chloride and hydrogen peroxide. ስለዚህ እዚህ ጋር የነበረን ሜታል ፐሮክሳይድ ነው፣ እዚህ ጋር ግን ሃይድሮጅን ፐሮክሳይድ አለ። So these are the two basic properties of peroxides. This is peroxide. So here hydrogen peroxide, okay, its structure is like this. Okay, there is a bond between the two oxygens. Again, the oxygens independently form a bond with the hydrogen. So ስለ ኦክሳይድስ ያለን ፓርቲ ይሄ ነው። አሃቲዩብ የሁል ጊዜ አጋራችሁ ነው። እንግዲህ አካዳሚክስ ላይ አሁን የሃይ ስኩልን እየሰራን ነው። ስለዚህ ወላጆችም ልጆቻችሁ ከዚህ ሪቪዥን እያገኙ የበለጠ ውጤት እንዲያመጡ እንደምታደርጓቸው ተስፋ እናደርጋለን። ተማሪዎችም ይሄንን ቲዩብ ላይክ፣ ሼር፣ ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ለሌሎች እንዲደርስ በማድረግ እንደምታበረታቱ እናምናለን። መልካም ጊዜ